guys, welcome to my Fangirl favorites for January 2023. Another freaking year has gone by. Yeah, guys. I feel this way every time it hits January. Every time it hits January, I'm always like, dear God, the year has flown by. I feel old. And then I got to get used to another year when I'm writing things, making sure I'm writing down the correct year, because I'll be mentally behind for a few months until I get the correct year in my head, you guys. Let's be real. So yeah, how did everybody's end of 2022 go? Are you ready for a new year? Are you excited for a new year? Maybe you're dreading a new year. You know, that's okay too. So yeah, you guys, everything that I'm about to talk about in this particular video, I'm definitely not going to have like no spoilers for anything, because I tend to like to hash out all the TV shows and movies that I watched in any given month. So yeah, if you've not gotten around to any of the TV shows or movies that I'm about to talk about in this particular video, don't worry, I'm not about to have any type of spoilers for any of that. But yeah, before I do head into some of the TV shows and movies that I got around to in the month of January, just really quickly, just to let you guys know, kind of in the mid of the month of January, I uploaded a 3-part series where I ranked all of the historical fiction and fantasy TV shows that I watched in the year of 2022. It's a very long and time-consuming process with those videos. If you guys do have the time to sit and watch them and comment on them, I'd greatly appreciate it. Because I know there's several of you who do watch my videos that y'all always comment that you like historical fiction and fantasy and stuff like that, and you can't find other YouTubers who tend to talk about that sort of thing. I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure they exist. But yeah, if you guys have the time, please watch and comment on those videos, because they were very time consuming for me. And let me give you a pro YouTube tip here when it comes to watching like lengthy videos, especially if you have very little time to consume things. I definitely recommend taking advantage of the YouTube the playback speed option that's on the end of every, or the little bottom, on every video. Whenever I'm watching really long videos, I like to take advantage of that. I tend to either put it on like 1.5 or 2. 2 downright literally doubles the speed time. And yeah, I know my ranking videos were very, very long. I tend to just talk away, you guys. So yeah, I recommend putting me on either 1.5 speed or 2 to really double down on making the videos go a little quicker. But yeah, that's how I do a lot of things, when, especially on YouTube, when I'm consuming things on YouTube. That's how I'm able to get through a lot of videos very quickly. I speed up the play speed, the playback speed and whatnot, and it helps, or else I'd never get through anything. So yeah, let's see. Let's move into some movies and television that I got around to this month, you guys. I think I had a productive month in that regard. If you can say it's productive, just sitting around watching movies and television. At the beginning of January, Netflix had a new a movie, The Pale Blue Eye, starring Christian Bale and Harry Melling. I really enjoyed The Pale Blue Eye, you guys. It seems like not a lot of people did enjoy it. I saw, for the most part, a lot of negative reviews. Like, people liked the performances in general, but they didn't really like everything else going on in the movie. I'm always a weirdo. I tend to be a lot more laid back with things that I enjoy. But yeah, The Pale Blue Eye, if you don't know what The Pale Blue Eye is about, it stars Christian Bale, who is playing like a detective of some sort, and he gets called to West Point Academy. And this is like the mid-1800s, yeah, guys, somewhere around that point, the mid-1800s at West Point Academy. And Christian Bale's character, he gets called to investigate a murder that has happened. A cadet has gone missing. He's found murdered and whatnot. So it's up to Christian Bale's character to investigate this murder and figure out who killed this young cadet, this young man. And also joining him in this investigation, you guys, is Edgar Allan Poe. Yes. If you know me, I love all things Edgar Allan Poe. And I like that this was incorporating real history to some extent because the real Edgar Allan Poe, when he was younger, he was part of West Point Academy for like a short period of time, not a very long time. It was very, very short lived, but he was there. So I like that. The movie, which is also based off of a book by the same name by Louis Bayard, which I also bought this month, you guys. I went and bought that book this month after watching the movie. Um, so I like the historical context and backdrop kind of in there with the use of Edgar Allan Poe, and because yeah, Edgar Allan Poe, not only did he write, the classic Gothic fiction that we know and love him for, but he also did a lot of stuff like in the vein of like a mystery thriller sort of thing. Um, a lot of people tend to think that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle like created the detective with Sherlock Holmes, but Edgar Allan Poe actually beat him to it using his detective named Dupin. I think is how the name is pronounced, Dupin. Um, I really personally enjoyed The Pale Blue Eye, you guys. I thought it was a thrilling movie. I'm just a sucker for that sort of thing, murder mysteries going on in like the mid 1800s and stuff. Just such an eeriness and an atmosphere. And yeah, the characters don't have technology, obviously. They don't have computers. I'm not even sure if like fingerprints are fingerprints even a thing at that time. I don't even think they're like hip and vogue in that time. Um, so yeah, Pale Blue Eye was great. Like I said, it was very eerie, atmospheric. The performances were super great by Christian Bale and Harry Melling, who was playing Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah, just the whole vibe of the thing. The production was really, really great, and I liked the story. I thought it was a really good story, and yeah, a great ending, you guys. A great ending I did not see coming. Another movie that I finally got around to this month, you guys, is Parasite. Parasite was released back in 2019, a long time ago, you guys. A Korean film, and it ended up winning the 2020 Oscar for Best Film, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Um, Me and my sister, we've been wanting to watch Parasite for a while now. We finally were like, okay, we're going to watch Parasite. And boy, oh boy, did we love it. I can see why it won Best Picture in the year of 2020. Wow, what an incredible film. Oh, wow. If you don't know what Parasite is about, it's about a kind of like a family in Korea who are really, really poor. They're basically in poverty, and they're just trying to take jobs whenever they can get them. And what ends up happening, this family ends up weaseling their way quite brilliantly and quite cleverly into the household of this really rich upper class family. And when I say rich, they are rich. They live in a huge house, they have all sorts of cars, and they have household staff. And that is how this family, this really poor family, that's how they kind of weasel their way into things, and they manage to get like the previous household staff. They managed to just totally eliminate all of them, so they all can take their jobs and whatnot. And the movie is just such an amazing exploration of just the class divide, if you will, the class divide, class division, the poor versus the wealthy, how the other half lives essentially, and how ignorant both sides are in regards to each other and whatnot. The movie it has very just a wonderful sense of humor that's really just dry and dark. Um, uh, the film just looks amazing too. The way it's filmed and shot, there's like so much meaning behind the way something is filmed. The way it focuses on a character at times. Even food, like how food is used in the movie at times. It is Parasite. If you've not seen Parasite, I highly recommend it. It is an absolutely incredible achievement of filmmaking that left me just stunned and obsessed with it from start to finish. Ooh, and I was kind of sad when it ended. I was like, no, I want more. And just to end on a few TV shows for this month, Netflix season 2 of Vikings of Valhalla, which is a spin-off of the History Channel Vikings show. Season 2 of Vikings Valhalla, really good, really enjoyable, definitely a lot different from season 1. If you guys have seen like season 1, for instance, but you haven't got around to season 2, season 2 definitely kind of a different beast. It's a lot more slower, I think, and a lot more intimate. like the first season of Vikings Valhalla was really wild and insane because yeah, there was this whole big thing of taking like London Bridge, you know, invading London and whatnot. So yeah, season two definitely a lot more slower and calmer and not too wild and crazy things going on essentially. But yeah, I'm not going to sit and talk too terribly much about Vikings Valhalla since it's a second season and I don't know how many people actually sit and watch that show with you guys. But yeah, season two, I loved it. Just Vikings of Valhalla in general. If you love historical fiction, if you love anything taking place with like the Vikings, and yeah, it's leading up to the year 1066. Yeah, guys, which is going to be the Norman conquest. I think that's where the show's ultimately going. It's going to the Norman conquest and whatnot. So I can't wait. And then two shows that I started this month that I've only seen a few episodes of, so I don't have too terribly much to say because I need like the whole seasons to form a better opinion. But the Mayfair Witches started based off of the books by Anne Rice. Mayfair Witches, I'm liking it so far. It's about a young woman. She's a doctor. She's discovering that she's a witch. She has a dark origin, dark past, and whatnot. So far, it's fine. I'm liking it. I definitely need more. I think for me to form a better opinion on Mayfair Witches, I need the whole season to just kind of see the flow of the story, where the characters are going. Because right now I'm a little confused. Well, not necessarily confused, just I'm not quite sure what the point of some characters are, the bigger, larger function they serve, if that makes sense, you know. And yeah, I've never read the Mayfair Witches books by Anne Rice at all. I've never read those, so I don't know what to expect. This is all a big surprise for me. And then another show that started this month is The Last of Us. Yeah, guys, The Last of Us, based off of the very popular video game. Um, from what I've seen so far of this show, I am loving it. Very, very close and faithful to the original video game, I think, which is very thrilling and very exciting. And yeah, I definitely want to have a full like video discussion on that at some point. Maybe me and my sister can do one at some point and talk about it and get out all of our nerdiness about the show and whatnot. But yeah, anybody else watching Mayfair Witches or The Last of Us, or maybe you're watching something completely different, just let me know. So you guys, I think that's pretty much everything I want to talk about in this video. Nothing too terribly exciting. Let me tell you, I am cold. Is anybody else cold? I am freezing. Winter has finally come to North Carolina and I'm freezing. If you can't tell, I've been sitting here like with my hands. My hands have been like stuffed into my sleeves here because I'm just so cold. I hate cold weather. I freeze very easily. Seriously, I'm just such a cold-natured person. But yeah, guys, that is it for this video. In the comments below, let me know anything that you guys got up to in the month of January, anything that you enjoyed. It could be books, movies, television, video games, maybe you traveled somewhere, just anything that gives you great joy, any hobby that you have, just let me know. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you might like these other videos. Bye, guys.